So today we are going to be finding solutions of inequalities. I apologize, your purple paper is really dark. It's hard to read our definitions, but if you guys look in your math journal, you will be able to read it. It's just a little bit hard to see, up here. But we have an inequality. It's a mathematical surface that compares two expressions using the symbol. And then there's a solution of an inequality. It is the value of a variable that makes the inequality true. So today, we are going to be working with inequalities. Raise your hand if you've heard that word before, inequalities. Does anyone know what an inequality is, or can you give me an example of an inequality? Well, I'll take a couple of them. Isaac, can you tell me what an inequality is? Oh.
Two expressions using the symbol.
Thank you. It's a mathematical expression that's comparing to.
It's not an equation.
It's not an equation. Okay. Hannah?
Is it like where you have that bubble in the middle and then you have to solve the things and see if they're equal?
Ooh, a bubble in the middle to solve two things, see if it's equal. Megan and Chase, what is your drama? And Alex? I should have you looking this way, thinking of inequalities, not talking, not pointing, not saying shut up, those types of things. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put up an inequality, and I bet after I put one up here, I bet you can tell me what another one is. As soon as I put it up here, I'm going to touch your nose if you know what another inequality is. Are you ready? Oh, touch your nose if you know what it is. I am hearing lots of O's. How would I read this inequality right here? What would this be? It's not called the alligator. What is this? If you know what it is, tell me. What is it? Less than. Good. So that's my first inequality. What's my other inequality? I bet you guys know. Tell me what it is. Greater than. Good. Greater than, and it goes the other way. Did you know that there are actually 4 types of inequalities?
No.
I'm going to put up 2 more inequalities, and I just want you to look at them.
I know.
Oh, but we're not talking out. Thank you, my dear. I just want you guys to look at them and see, ask yourself, what is different about them, okay? So here's one, and then here's the other. What do you notice about these inequalities? Tell your neighbor something you notice about them. Okay, I need all eyes up here in 3, 2, 1, and 0. Thank you, Hannah and Lexi and Laura. What do you notice? Who can tell me something that you notice about another inequality up here? Haley, what do you see?
That they're the same thing as the 2 first ones, except for they have a line underneath them.
Perfect. They're the exact same as the other ones, but there's a line underneath them. And the line underneath them, it actually makes a difference. So the line underneath it, it makes it be equal. Have you guys seen an equal sign with 2 lines like this? It's like the second equal sign underneath it. So the way that you would read this first one, or I guess this third one, you would read it as less than or equal to. And then the way we read the other one is greater than or equal to. All right. I want you to think in your mind of going on a trip with your family, okay? And when you go on a trip with your family and then you're going into the store and you are really excited and you're like, hey, can I buy something? Raise your hand if you've ever asked your parents if you can buy something. Like you're going to Disneyland and don't you want to buy a souvenir? And then your parents hand you $20 of US currency, not 6th grade currency. Okay, $20. And they don't want, they're going to give you no more money. What would your parents say? You can buy this if it's what? You can buy it if it's what? Hannah, what would your parents say?
Less than or equal to $20.
Raise your hand if your parents would actually say less than or equal to. Raise your hand if your parents would say you can buy it if it is less than $20. That's what my parents would say. My parents would totally be like, here's $20. Don't ask me for any more money. You can buy something that's less than $20. So the next time you're on a family trip and you're like, can I have money so I can go buy something? Right? Because that's what we do. And then your parents get out some money and they're like, here's some money. Make sure it's less than $20. Are your parents really going to ask for that penny back if it was $19.99?
No.
Yes.
Probably not. There might be a couple parents that are like, give me the penny. But most parents aren't going to. So, hint, when you're on your next trip and your parents are like, it's got to be less than 20 bucks, and they hand you the 20, you need to look at them and say, does it have to be less than $20, or can it be less than or equal to $20? And then your parents are going to be like, you're obnoxious, go over there. You're like,
Okay.
right? That's what you're going to do. Raise your hand if you promise to do that on the next time we're on a trip. Good. Okay. I need everyone back with me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I know it's really fun to plan ways to like annoy parents, but don't tell them I said that. Okay. So today for your assignment there are 2 parts. Okay, 2 parts. The first part is solution or not a solution. So we're going to write that on the side of our math journal right here. Solution or not a solution. Do we remember doing that from like 2 weeks ago? I hope. And then the next one is going to be give a solution. So we are going to start with our very similar thing that we did before. Solution or not a solution. So in your math journal, or in your math book today, thank you, honey. Is Dominic here today?
Yeah.
Like he went home?
Yeah.
Okay.
That means Devin and Dominic are
Okay. So in your assignment today, you're going to be given a variable like Q is greater than 650. That makes sense in the mind of you, right? Q is greater than 650. And then because we're working with a variable, it's going to say where Q equals 725. Do we know what to do at this point? Yeah, because we've already done something very similar to this. We're going to take the value of Q and rewrite it. So we're going to rewrite it as 725 is greater than 650. Is this a true statement right here?
Yeah.
Yes. So this is a solution. Oh, raise your hand if you remember doing this. Okay. Very similar. Then here's another example where I have P is greater than or equal to 17, where P equals 16. So I'm going to plug in my value of P. It's going to be 16 is greater than or equal to 17. And then I'm going to ask myself, is this true or not? Is 16 greater than or equal to 17?
No.
Nope, so not a solution. There is one more thing I want to show you in your math journal. And so just to the right of this, we're going to change just one thing. We're going to do this exact same problem, but we're going to change one thing. Okay? We're going to have them be negative numbers. So we're going to rewrite it as P is greater than or equal to negative 17, where P equals negative 16. Okay? So again, I'm going to rewrite it as negative 16 is greater than or equal to negative 17. And hi. Absolutely. Money in the bank, and then you can go ahead and grab a pencil. Hey, friends, anytime you come to a number with a anytime you come to one of these with a negative, I actually want you guys to draw out a number line, okay? And then graph it. And the reason I want you to do that is because negative numbers sometimes get confusing. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with drawing out a number line. So if you look up on our board, if you look at the common room, look above the common room, okay? So if you guys find negative 16 and negative 17 up here, who is hanging out on the left? What number is it? Negative 16 or negative 17? Negative 17 is on the left, and then negative 16 is on the right, okay? So when you graph them, you want to graph both of them, okay? And then you need to make a note to yourself that says numbers on the right are bigger, okay? And so what number here is bigger? Is negative 16 or is negative 17 bigger?
Negative 16.
Negative 16, because it's on the right. So when I read this as negative 16 is greater than negative 17, is that true?
Yes.
Yep. So this one is a solution. Can you see the difference between them?
Yes.
Yes.
The exact same numbers, but it does change because of the negatives. So anytime you are working with a negative, please draw out a number line. Please, please, please draw out a number line. It will help, okay? The last part of your assignment is going to be giving a solution. So I have an inequality here. It's z is less than or equal to 11. Hi, what do you need?
Chase is in the office.
Chase, apparently you are going to the office. Is he leaving?
No.
Nope, you're not leaving. You're just going to the office. Okay, so we were asked to give a solution. So that means that we need to write down what z could equal. What is a number that is less than or equal to 11? Any number that is less than or equal to 11. Markel?
11.
11. Is there another number that is less than or equal to 11? Alex? 10 and a half. Good. Are there any other numbers that we could use, Joseph?
Negative 4,000.
Negative 4,000. And let's do one more. Osvaldo.
18,668,000.
I'm not going to write that one, but that is true. No, that's not true. 18 million.
No, because it has to be lower.
Oh.
Negative.
Negative. Okay. Negative 18 million. One that is within 3 digits. Connor? 1. Thank you. Good. Okay. So all of these would work. And so today, when you are asked to make the solution true, you're going to get to pick a couple of numbers for a variable. So I have one more. It is m is greater than 55. What could m equal to make this statement true? M could equal what, Haley?
500.
500 is greater than 55. It's true. Let's do 2 more. Lexi?
60.
60. That is true. And then last one, Laura.
112.
112. Good. Okay. That is what we are doing today, friends. Once your journal matches mine, I need to open on the corner.